Now, the next lesson is on how to draw the perspective of curves. So, just take a look at the question. The plan elevation of a model arch is shown. Make a perspective drawing of the arch when the position of the spectator is shown. The picture plane is located 60 millimeters from the spectator, and the horizon line is 40 millimeters above the ground line. So, in this question, the picture plane does not pass through any corner of the object. It is 60 millimeters from the spectator point. So we start off the same as always. Draw a cone of vision. Bisect the angle to find the central line of vision. Then position the picture plane. And next then we position the horizon line and the ground line. Now we find the vanishing parallels, which is parallel to the object, to the spectator point, to pierce the picture plane. Then we project those up so that we get the vanishing points for all lines that are going parallel to this, in this direction, the left hand side, and all lines parallel to this direction, which we call on the right hand side. Now, because the object is not on the picture plane, we cannot just join the point back and take it up like the previous exercise. We have to bring it onto the picture plane so we can find the point where to start. So we bring it onto the picture plane there, and we project it up, and we mark the height of it up there, and the height of the object we get from the elevation, which is 80 millimeters. Now this is known as a height line. So what we've done there is we extended the side down onto the picture plane, brought it up in the normal fashion, and from the ground line we marked up the height of 80 millimeters. Now we went parallel to this side, this vanishing parallel, so therefore the points from this line are vanished directly to the vanishing point on the right hand side. So now we have the vanishing lines there, which represent these edges here, top and bottom. So what we do now is find this point on that edge, so we give us the corner. So we join that back to the spectator point, and where it pierces the picture plane, we project that up, and that there is the perspective of the vertical edge there at that point. Now we can bring up the back point, vanish those, and then bring up the back point, just by bringing that point up there, projecting it up here, and to make it clear now, we'll just outline that face there. So there's that face that we've outlined. Now we will proceed and get the rest of this face here. So we will start and get the point at the back, right, which was just join that to the spectator point, join that back to the spectator point, right across the picture plane, bring it up, and we bring up the these 2 points here, which are represented by the broken lines in plan. Join both of those back to the spectator point, where they both cross the picture plane there and there. We project those up in that fashion, and we can just draw what we have there now of that. Now the next thing we are going to find on the perspective are these 2 vertical lines, which are 30 millimeters in height. Now the plan of those vertical lines is there and there. So they're not on the picture plane. So to find the height of 30 millimeters, we're going to have to use a height line. Now they're already on this line, so that means they can bring them down here, and we can use the same height line that we used initially, and we mark 30 millimeters up on that. Now we went in this direction, so therefore that height will be vanished over here to the right hand side. To finish that height over to the right hand side, so we can just continue on those up there now, just to finish that. And there are those 2 points. Step is to get the curve. And because it's in perspective, the curve cannot be drawn with a compass, so we have to find points on the curve and join them up. Now, one of the easiest ways of finding the points is to, down here, draw the semicircle that represents the arch. So draw the semicircle that represents the arch, and if I mark heights, known distances along here, I can then mark those same distances from here up above, rather than dividing 60-30 and trying to find points. So it's easier if you find heights. So I have heights 10 every 10, and they give me points that are 10 millimeters up, 20, 30, 35. So they will give me points, so they're the corresponding points in there. So that's the plan of the point that's up 10 millimeters, that's the plan of the point that's up 20, that's the plan of the point that's up 30, and that's the plan of the point that's up 35, and so on. So if I mark those corresponding heights up here, right, That's the bottom of the semicircle up 30, so this up 10, up 20, 20, 30, 35. And if I vanish those over here, I now have all the heights I need. Now the reason they were vanished over there is because again I'm using the same height line, which was parallel to this vanishing parallel down here. So that's why they vanished over there. Now, to find the points up here then, I just, in turn, bring each one of these up. So each point here, I join it back to spectator point, bring it up here to the corresponding height, and then give me a point in the curve. So the first one here, I join this point here, back to the spectator point, right across the picture plane, I bring it up to the first line, up there, and that gives me 1 point in the curve. And I repeat the process for each of the next points. So there's the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and you keep going until you have all the points, and then you can join them up in a freehand curve to give you the arch at the front. So now all that's left to do is to find the back portion of the curve that we can see, and the back portion of the bottom of the arch here that goes back and up. So to find the bottom portion of the arch, we very simply just, there's the back of that, vanish that over there, vanish that over here. So that's the back leg of the arch. Now, all the points that are going to go back along here, now there's only need to vanish back the ones we're going to see. So that we're going to see that, this, and possibly a small bit of that. So we vanish those back there, so the top, and now I can complete this portion up here of the arch. Now to find the points on the back of the arch, I have to transfer these back here first. So I transfer those back, very simply. They're the plan of the points at the back of the arch, and in the same fashion as I did the front, I project these up. So if they come up along there, they all go up, and join up the points, and the arch is complete. So just to go back over that, so I projected these back here so that I could use them up there. So I projected those back there, and I joined each one in turn then down to the spectator point, across the picture plane, bring it up to the corresponding line. So they go up there then like that, and join them up, and you get your arch. So that's how we deal with curves in perspective.